Alchemist here. Today this video is brought to you from the beautiful Angkor Wat, the amazing temple that you see right there. It is to me one of the wonders of the world, even though it's not classified as one of the ancient wonders of the world, but it is. This is the ancient city of Angkor Wat. It's located in Cambodia, near the city of Siem Reap, and we're here to explore this beautiful ancient city, the temple, the museums. We actually visited some museums, and it turned out that the civilization is connected to the Anunnaki. It's connected to the Minoans that I witnessed in Crete, because they all dress the same. They have the same attire, the same robes, the same dressing, but one is in Europe and one is in Asia. This is where the ancient gods resided, and I want to share this amazing experience with you. So follow me. It is very fascinating because the energy is so, it's kind of grounding and mysterious, and it feels like you enter a portal where you're transported directly back in time. Like when I entered earlier through that portal, through the door, the main door, I just felt like I'm not in the modern time anymore. It feels like everything is coming back to memory when the humans roamed with the gods, when the humans used to learn from the gods, and these gods are just super advanced beings. They were much taller, much larger, just like the Anunnaki. And they used to reside here before the flood. But when the flood came, it destroyed everything, it changed everything. Although a lot of mainstream archaeologists still say that, or they believe that this dates back to 800 years ago, and it was built by a king and offered to the god Vishnu, one of the main gods in Hinduism. But I think there's more to that. There's more to it than just 800 years ago, because this doesn't feel like 800 years ago. It feels like thousands and thousands of years ago, and it feels like pre-flood, like before the flood. But I think the people who came here after, around 800 years ago or 1000 years ago, they found it. They found the foundation and they built on it. They kind of they added more things, they built more things on top, same as how the Knights Templar, they found a lot of structures that was already pre-built by these ancient gods all around Greece and Europe, and they started building their castles on top of the structures. Same thing in Lebanon. If you go to the temple of Baalbek, the foundation was already there, and it dates back to thousands, probably 10,000 years ago, according to some researchers. But then the Romans came and built the temple on top of the foundation. So I think that's what's happening here. This was built, the foundation was here already, but 800 years ago, the people that were here came and added their own thing. And that's why the energy feels very ancient. As you can see, this is where it looks like this is where the ceremonies were held, behind me, right behind me. And this is where the priest would stay. And then you have the people doing the ceremonies and giving the offerings. And this is still practiced today, even behind me, with people giving offerings to the monks, even at this ceremony right there, right behind me. But this is truly fascinating, it's mesmerizing, it's breathtaking, like what I'm witnessing here. There's some thunders right now, but I don't have the words to describe the feeling. I'm still trying to decipher what is this feeling that I'm having right now here. Familiar? Yes. Have I been here before? Definitely. Have I been reincarnated in this area? Or have I visited in another lifetime? Yes. But it feels otherworldly. I think the words I have for this is that it feels like it's from a different dimension. It's not from Earth. It feels like this is like another dimension that just manifested on Earth. That's how it feels like. So I just climbed up here and I want to show you those 3 cones or the 3 pillars right behind me of Angkor Wat. This is just incredible, it is fascinating. Those stairs, unfortunately, we can't climb them, they're closed, but I guess that's where more ceremonies were done for the priests to go up there and to do their work. Even though it's raining, there's a storm happening right now, but I still wanted to share this with you. Look how vast and huge this place is. It's just mind-blowing. I can't find the words. So we're gonna go there maybe and see what's there as well. So we're at the top of the temple right now. And this is those cones that you see probably in photos of Angkor Wat. That's them. And it's actually not 3. As I can see here, it's 5. There's 1 here, 1 there, 2 on the other side and 1 in the middle. So it's actually 5 because the temple is built in like a square/rectangular form. So it's built as such. This again here, I wanted to tell you earlier that this is similar to the Minoan civilizations. See how the women back then, they had their breasts shown and they were that kind of like cloth below, but their breasts are always shown. And that is similar to the Minoans, to the Minoan civilization, where women had their breasts shown all the time. And if you notice how the attire is, it's very, very similar to the Minoan civilization from Crete. That means it's the same civilization that existed everywhere. Also something very interesting here with the hair, as you can see. And in other statues that I'm going to show you, it looks like the hair is kind of braided, similar to the African culture. Does that mean that the people who resided here pre-flood were of African origin? That could be a possibility. They could have been black people. And if you notice the features of the statues that you can see here that we saw in the museum, where, by the way, all of those statues came from here. If you notice the features here on the screen, they look like Africans, like black people. Here, another part of the temple. This temple is massive. It's huge. There's so many rooms in it. Look at this beautiful artifact right behind me. It's massive. And here again, it's another exit. And look at the stairs, how steep they are to the bottom. So I want to go right there, so I might go down the stairs here and just head there. It's raining a lot, but I'm gonna do it. These stairs are very steep and very scary, but I'm still going for the adventure. And let me tell you just one thing, it is so easy to get lost in this temple. So if you come to visit here, look how far away that is, and this is just one part of the temple. If you come to visit, make sure you reserve a good 6 hours to visit the whole thing, because it's huge. I was not expecting this. I was not, to be honest with you. I thought it's gonna be just a small temple. This is massive. It's massive, more than you can imagine. Look at these beautiful depictions in the wall behind me. Here they show the people that used to live here. See how it's always the ancient gods depicted as huge, and then the normal people as small. Again, it's just like the Anunnaki. See? The main gods or the main rulers or deities, they're giants. They look way bigger compared to the normal humans. You see this all around the world. It's the same story. It's the same story that these gods were advanced. They were much bigger, much larger. They were teaching humans how to live, how to be civilized. And we're witnessing this here again in Angkor Wat in Cambodia. So everywhere I go around the world, it's the same story. Now, the question is, were you one of these gods in your past life? And that's something for you to figure out, to realize. And here I stumbled upon the famous sculpture of the churning of the ocean of milk. This famous wall sculpture is based on the ancient Sanskrit epic, the Mahabharata, which tells the story of gods, or the devas, and demons, the asuras, working together to recover the lost elixir of immortality. This representation of the churning of the ocean of milk is a 49-meter long bas-relief sculpture. It depicts the beginning of time and the creation of the universe. The sculpture depicts 88 asuras on the left and 92 devas with crested helmets, churning up the sea to extract an elixir. The sculpture also includes Vishnu incarnated as a huge turtle who lends his shell to serve as the base and pivot. Brahma, Shiva, Hanuman, the monkey god, and Lakshmi, among other Hindu gods, also make appearances in this beautiful sculpture. I was so lucky to stumble upon this fascinating work of art. The rain is pouring right now with the thunders, and I was walking under it for a little bit. These deities, these demons, these jinns, they were part of the ancient gods. They were the ancient gods. So when people start to wonder, who are the demons, who are the jinns, who is Lucifer, who are the Anunnaki, who are the ancient Greek deities, you just have to come to peace with the fact, with the realization that they were the same thing, that they are the same thing, and that maybe you were one of them as well. Can you believe that you could have been a demon, you could have been a jinn, you could have been a spirit in your past life? Because it's not always about being human. Sometimes we're incarnate as different entities, so you could have been one of them. Guys, honestly, this is such an incredible temple, one of the best one I've ever been to, I've ever witnessed, in terms of size, in terms of energy, in terms of architecture, in terms of everything. It's one of the best. It's definitely one of my top 3 temples that I've visited. I really, really highly recommend it. From everywhere you go, it's fascinating. Look at these huge slabs of like rock or pillars or wall are just on the floor. But it is something that I definitely recommend if you're around or if you're willing to visit this part of the world. Cambodia, Siem Reap, Angkor Wat. It is truly fascinating. I still myself don't have the words. I have to process everything and come up with more answers and more epiphanies, more realizations, because it's hard to put everything together at the moment. But it's just incredible. It's stunning.
¿Dónde has sacado? Ah, aquí. This is next to this book.
So we're gonna go up there, which is exciting. This is very steep. It turns out I can reach the top of the temple, which is amazing, but they built stairs like that. They're very steep and you have to be very, very careful, because the old stairs of the temple, they're impossible to climb. And so I'm trying to be careful while I'm filming this, and it's raining at the same time. Okay. All right. We are here. Look at this amazing view. So this is the top of the temple. This is the main court of the highest point of the temple. That's the main middle stupa, surrounded by 4 stupas, as I explained earlier. There's 4 on each corner, and that's the main one in the middle. Fascinating.